if you getting the kind of meals that you want at home, you ain't got to eat out, right? You ain't got to eat out. Brother D, what's good? Good talk, Bro Clarence. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for stopping by. Sister Dawn, my sister. Peace, Brother Clarence, in the chat. Good to see you. Good to have y'all in the building. Okay, so this brother said, you gotta, he said, the good doctor, the good Reverend doctor said, you gotta, you're a hunter. He's a hunter. That may be true. That may be true. That may be true. But like I said, most guys are hunting, or they get to the point where they're hunting because there's something's wrong at home. They're not getting the kind of diet that they want on the table at home. So now they go out there, now they out chasing this situation. And because the wife was not in tune to figure out, hey, I need to get involved with this situation so that I got to save this man from himself. See, men, you got to save from themselves. Because men have I'm about to drop some knowledge here. I'm about to drop some real knowledge. Now, y'all pay attention to this. Men have a certain level of sperm that can build up where they still can have a rational thinking. You follow? Men have a certain level of sperm that they can still have rational thinking. When that level advances over that level where rational thinking can occur, now irrational thinking will occur. Is everybody with me so far? Is everybody with me so far? Thank you, Sister Don. Appreciate you. Is everybody with me so far? So it's up to women. You have to save a man from himself, because if you send him out of the house with three things: a lot of free time on his hands, a lot of cash, and a full sack, that is a disaster. You sending a disaster out of the house waiting to happen. You should never send no man out like that. Well, Rush, you're right. Post-nut clarity, you're right. But I'm trying to put it in words, brother, that the people can, say in front of the kids. You know what I'm saying? But you're right. You're right. Right? You're right. Because we all adults here. You're right. But you can't send a man out on a full sack, unfulfilled sexually, whole bunch of time on his hands, whole bunch of money on his hands. You got to save men from themselves. They can't help it. Once that sperm value gets to a certain level and it passes you got that line, you know what I'm saying? Like at the gas tank where you can say empty, where you got to say full. Once men are the opposite. Once that thing says full and it starts going over the full scale, now irrational thinking comes into play. Irrational thinking comes in. So now a man ain't gonna think rationally when he's constantly walking around with a full sack and unfulfilled sexually. Oh, but we have sex. Well, maybe he's having sex the way you want it, but you ain't having sex the way he wanted. So now you are putting him in a position where he has to now, depending on if has the personality where he's an alpha dog and he's going to go get what he wants. If he's that type of dude, he's going to go out there on the hunt looking for a way. Because what happens with men, I'm going to just break it down. For what happens with men is once that sperm volume gets to a certain level, men get a headache. We get a headache in our head, and this headache will not go away unless that volume is reduced. That volume has to be reduced to make that headache go away. That's when the dopamine comes in. Everything. Okay, so the headache goes away. But if you let a man constantly walk around with that headache, eventually he's not going to go to you anymore to try to, you being a female, not going to go to you anymore. He's going to go somewhere. He's going to say, you know what? This person ain't trying to handle this for me. I need to go handle this somewhere else. It's affecting my work. It's affecting my friendships. Hey, Clarence, how you doing? Man, I ain't got time. I don't want to talk about it no more. Man, what's going on? What's wrong, man? Man, I don't even want, you grumpy at work. You grumpy up with your homeboys. You grumpy at home. Who left this toothpaste out here? It's just toothpaste, Clarence. I don't care. Y'all don't do nothing around here. This is right. You don't want to be that dude, man. You don't want to be that dude. Sister Don, right? We all grown, and this conversation needs to be had. Yeah, it needs to be had because people out here getting cheated on, and they don't know why. They don't know what's going on, and they listening to dudes like the good Reverend Doctor up here, and he's telling them a bunch of stuff. But it's actually, I get it. He is setting them up for the course or class or book that he got to sell. I get it. I get it. Your brother's just stepping in the middle and trying to, give you some good game so you don't have to do something like so you don't have to get that bad. We have to go to somebody like this because there's a need for people like the good doctor, man. When stuff gets real bad, yeah, there's a need for guys like that. But I'm trying to stop before you even get that bad, right? I'm the airborne, right? He's the ventilator. You know what I'm saying? He's the ventilator. I'm the airborne. You take the airborne, you might not, you probably ain't gonna never need to get to the ventilator. Whoop, 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 whoop. I just threw that all over y'all's head, man. All right, y'all, let's go. Let's continue with the good doctor. Let's see what's happening.
Relationship is not the way you think in relationship because you think, oh, he loves her or he wants to have her. No, he just wants to hunt, find a prey, throw her away, and not deal with it again. That's the hunter type. And that's not going to make a lot of sense to you as a woman because most women don't think that way, especially married women who are in relationship. Another one is the hero guy. Well, he wants to just go be a hero for somebody and rescue somebody so he can feel good about himself, but he uses them sexually. That's another reason a man can cheat.
Okay. The hero guy. What do you guys think? Is the hero guy? I fervently disagree with that. I fervently disagree with that. Maybe some beta type guys, maybe they feel that way, but I don't see the average guy even getting involved. It's too much trouble to get involved with another person just to be the hero. It's just too much. It's too much. You already got stress from one relationship. Now you're going to go and you're going to cape for another relationship that you're not even invested that much in. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that one. Brother Rush, it's the wife's duty to release the husband semen retention. Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir. It's not only her duty, it's her obligation to him. If she wants her world to not fall apart because he did something stupid because he was running around with a full sack out there, she need to look at this man and say, hey, I don't care how good of a man you got. If you keep sending a good man out into the field, unfulfilled sexually, with a full sack, some money, and time on his hands, that is a disaster waiting to happen. That's a disaster waiting to happen. I don't care how good the man is. I don't care how good he is. There is no man. Listen to me. There is no man that could say no for the duration of his life. There's no man that can say no for the duration of his life. At some point, if you're unfulfilled in some area of your life, and the opportunity to bring that into fulfillment presents itself, how long are you gonna say no? Just because it's morally wrong. It's morally wrong, but eventually you're gonna tell yourself, hey, I can get rid of this headache. This person will take care of this for me. How long are you gonna say no? Sister Don, I disagree as well. Yeah, I disagree with that one. I don't think that is not a large portion of men that would do something like that. I haven't even really ran into any men that have done something like that. I'm not saying he's wrong. He's the doctor, but I'm saying as far as a high percentage of guys doing that, I don't agree with that. I do not agree with that at all. Sister Don, I agree. Women need to be more accountable as well in cheating situations. Well, and men, yes, women too. I mean, men need to be accountable as well. But really, the most dangerous person in the house to involve, with a cheating situation is men. Because a man can go out there and get somebody pregnant. A woman can get pregnant, but she got other options to deal with it. If your husband goes out there and gets somebody pregnant, that situation is completely out of both of you guys' hands. See, if you as the wife get pregnant by somebody else, you still got control of that situation. You can do something about that situation. You know, he can leave, you can leave, or whatever, but or you can, you can do a baby mark. There's a lot of things you can still do to mitigate that situation. You give the baby for adoption. There's a lot of things you can do to mitigate that situation. But if the husband goes out there and gets somebody pregnant, ouch, ouch. That is completely out of your hands, completely. And that could be avoided by just doing a sack check every couple of days, at least every couple of days. I'm talking about married people. So when we first get married, man, it's on the cracking every day, right? First couple of years, man, it's on the cracking every day, right? You just look over at the couch, you look at her, she look at you, it's on the cracking, bam, drop it 3 hours, 4 hours right there. Me and my wife used to try to trick each other to get out of the bed. After we got done something, with an episode, we would trick each other. We would say, "You hungry? I'm hungry. You hungry? I'm hungry." We will see who would break down and get out of the bed first. Nobody wanted to leave, right? I'm done, right? With Nutricordis. This is Don. True. Yeah, don't listen to everything. I know a lot of these doctors, they have some advice that can help you when you get to a real critical situation, when a situation critical mass. Like I said, I'm airborne. This dude is the ventilator. You don't want to let your situation get to the point where you're getting on a ventilator. When you could just pop a couple airbornes now, right? You don't want to get on a ventilator. All right, let's go check out the Good Reverend Doctor. Let's see, Hurt and Wounded. Let's see what that's about.
Wounded guy. This is the guy who complains about his wife.